Oh! 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 Oh, grommet lad. It was just a dream. Hey. The latest project is a Guiro. It's a Latin American percussion instrument, and they're usually made from a hollowed out gourd with parallel notches cut into the side, and it's played by rubbing a stick along the notches to produce a ratchet sound. Mine also has an acoustic pickup built into the handle so that I can amplify it and process the sound waves. I wanted one that would sound like a frog. Don't ask. So mine's called a Guiro, which is a cross between a Guiro and a frog. I'm using my homemade jointer jig to get a straight edge on some oak. Then I can slice off some 8mm strips. I'm using the jointer jig again as I true up my mahogany pieces. As I'm going to be flipping this one over as I cut my strips, I mark a face side and a face edge just to help me keep track. The blade is set to 15 degrees and I can achieve this angle on both sides of the strips by flipping the board over as I go. I decided to use duct tape for holding the pieces in place, as I didn't think the masking tape, which is what I would normally use, would be strong enough for these heavier pieces. The gluing up was just taking me too long, and I was getting anxious that the glue would start to go off if I didn't get a move on. The duct tape worked a treat, and I backed it up with 2 tourniquet clamps, and it's amazing how much pressure these things can exert. Just need to let the glue dry, and I didn't even need Stanley the clamp for this one. Stanley, where are you? Stanley! I was hoping the bandsaw would give me a true cut, but I did get a shadow of blade drift, so I still needed to pack one end in order to get the cylinder to run true on the lathe. The chalk and sanding method got me spot on, and I did this to both ends. A blank with a hairline crack at one end will be the donor for 2 oak end caps. I marked the true face so I won't lose track of it when I part it off. And I drew up the remaining half as well, and then used the lathe as a clamping station. Now I have some ends on, I can start turning. Now this is a big piece of wood now, so I'm wearing the mask just in case. The first job is to take down the end caps, and then I'll round everything off. Feeling the wood with your eyes closed seems to help you sense any undulations. The steel rule confirmed this. So I marked it up with chalk and then took it down. Much better. I start the beading with just a light scoring and then use the groove to position the tool for the next groove. Once I have all of them marked up, I go back and cut them in very gently. I take down the ends to match. Well, I am really pleased how this came out. I was really bricking it in case I ripped out any of these beads. In fact, the only bit of tear out I've had is here, where there was a weakness in the grain, and it starts here and gets thinner and lighter as we go down. So I think what I'll do is I'll get a bit of super glue and some fine oak shavings and just build that up and then flatten it back down, and I think that will do the job. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this. Chuffed to bits. Plenty of sanding sealer, then a sand and a buff with Wood Wax 22. The brush gets into the grooves and removes any wax residue. I finish shaping the open end first before I start cutting it open, just in case the cylinder won't hold on just the chuck alone. Parting off was precarious. I had already lost some of the waste wood, and the original hairline crack was beginning to open up under the outward pressure of the chuck. Almost made it. No damage done. The handle starts life as a rough oak offcut. Once I had a tenon, I could fit the chuck and start drilling it out. I had to flip the piece around as my drill bit wasn't long enough to make it all the way through. The handle needs to be practical, and it will not win any awards for finish. I just want a comfortable grip, as this instrument is going to be heavy. The usual sealing, sanding and buffing will give a pleasant finish. The electrics are quite simple. I feed the pickup wire through the brass tube and secure it with some hot glue. Remembering to slide the case of the socket onto the tube first before soldering is always a good idea. Being able to amplify, record and process the sound from this hybrid instrument is going to be an exciting adventure all of its own. Once installed, I glue the handle on and the job's a good 'un.